Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to my gun shop. In this video I'm going to show you about this Ruger BX-25 magazine for the 1022 rifle. This magazine has a problem with some jam sometimes. Usually it performs pretty well, but sometimes it does jam. And the reason is because some slop in the follower inside of this. And I'll show you a really quick and easy way here to fix that. What I have here is the Ruger BX-25 magazine, and the problem with this is that sometimes it jams when you're out at the range shooting. And that's because of the follower isn't quite always moving as freely as it should. So I'm going to take this apart, and inside I'll show you the follower and what needs to be done in order to make sure that this moves freely. Now I've got it emptied of rounds. You can hear how that rattles inside of there. What we're going to do is kind of fix that up to make it tighter so that the follower will not jam up. So I'll show you how we fix this. What I do is take out these screws, top one and a bottom one. Bottom one's a longer screw, so if you can try and remember that. In case the screws come out all the way and you get them mixed up. Once you get them loose and they pop out and the screws kind of stay with this upper side. Then you got this in here and you can see this mechanism here. Okay, so pull this mechanism out. It comes out like that. And you're left with this part. Then what you do is you have on this side is the round follower, this red piece of plastic. Then you have this spring here that coils down like this. That puts the tension on the follower, and that just hooks right into this, into there, and stays in that position. So what the problem is this pin here is a loose fit. So what I'm going to do is tighten that up, make it a brass bushing, and it turns out actually perfect thing to make a brass bushing out of for this is a spent 22 brass shell. It fits into this perfectly. Then this pin here fits inside of the shell perfectly. And that takes up a lot of the slack that you had. Now as you can see, this shell is a bit long for what I need, otherwise it's going to bind up inside the clips. So what I do is take like one of these Sharpie markers and just go right against the edge there and mark that a little bit. I put a black mark on there, and that's where I will take my Dremel and cut this off. I'll cut it off just a little bit short of that black line to make sure that nothing's protruding beyond the edge of this. Okay, so here I've got my Dremel tool. I'm going to take a pair of pliers just to hold this brass casing. Get this turned around here where I can see that black Sharpie line. And what I'll do is just cut that off. Now what I'll do is I'll sand this outer edge here, take off the burr with a piece of like 220 sandpaper. Then I'll take a rat tail file or a round file, clean out the burr on the inside of this shell to clean out any burrs. Okay, so I've cleaned off the outside of the shell with the sandpaper, getting burrs off around the outside edges. Then I took a rat tail file, round file, and just kind of filed around the inside there to take off any burrs that are on the inside of that. So now I can fit this into the spring clip. And I see it protrudes a little bit. Proud of that. I'm going to have to trim that down. Okay, so I took a flat file here and just filed on this a bit But I got it down to where when I stick it in this spring, now it's flush with the edge, and I can feel it with my fingernail that it's flush with the edge now. So when I put the follower in, I'll put it in this way, fits inside that shell, and it tightens up the slack in there quite a bit, so this will stay a lot straighter. So I'll put this back together. Put the spring back into there. Put the 22 casing there. Put the follower on this other side. That's in place. Set this so that the lip lines up on here. Okay, got her in there. Now I'll just put the screws back together, and this will, feed as it should. It's kind of hard to see around my fingers here. And it'll be a lot tighter. It won't rattle as much. Now, it doesn't rattle as much in there. It's quite loose. When you get this back together, you don't want it to where it's not rattling at all. It needs to have some space in there for movement in order for the mechanism to work correctly. A little bit of rattle is good, a lot of rattle is not. Well, thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it and got some inspiration from it. If you did, please give me a like and share it with your family, friends, and fellow outdoors persons. Also, to see what I may come up with next, please subscribe and be sure to hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on anything. Please leave your comments below. I appreciate all your comments. I get a lot of great ideas and find out what else you may want to see. Thank you.